Buddy. Sorry about the late gap between parts one and two. Short answer, life. And police and breaking and entering and theft and all that good stuff. Don't worry about it, it's all taken care of now. But life gets in the way. And it's nice because that was a wonderful distraction from the last five movies on my list. So, you would think after about a couple weeks to cool down after getting done with 10 and 6, well, 10 through 6, I'd be a little bit more relaxed to talk about these pieces of garbage. Nope. Look, far be it from me for people to like or dislike a film. I, for one, am notorious for liking films I know are actively bad. Dude, where's my car? I openly state movies I like and put even on my top 10 best list have issues. Especially on rewatching stuff like the Power Rangers film and even Jumanji, which I was going to put on there. There's some more faults that I've noticed as time has gone on. But these films, after watching them twice to make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about, oh, and by the way, the top three were really fun doing that. There's not that much for me to actually say in the sense of that they're still good. Really, I looked for the good things in those movies, alright? I tried. Let the record state I tried. But there was nothing I could find in about two of those, and there was really not that much to scrape from the bottom of the barrel that was 5 through 3. So, let's start with number 5, because why the heck not? Number 5, Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom. At this point, it's a joke of how bad that movie is. Everyone's done a parody of it to death. Basically, this is what happens when somebody looks at Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park, basically, the second one, Lost World, and decides, hey, I can make another movie like that. I can make it bad, boring, and bland. Oh, that's not enough? Let's see, what else can I do? Hold on. Genetic subplot about human genetics cloning. Okay, stay with me now. And then, I'm going to mix that with morality of, is it good to kill dinosaurs or not? Should we let them die? Should we not let them die? Well, look, they're at the park, and clearly nobody would be dumb enough to place on an active volcano that would go off 10 years after the park opened. Oh, wait. Yeah. This is on another island. Because, and they stuck dinosaurs there. Because, and now there's an island that has a volcano erupting. Because. Lily, you can call this Because the movie, because everything happens. You can say, oh, it happened because reasons. What are the reasons? Hell if I know. I didn't write this script. I don't think there was a script. I think somebody literally hodgepodged a bunch of crap together and called it a script. Oh, but let's not discount the Inspector Gadget wannabe that was the freaking granddaughter. Oh, I'm sorry, daughter. Oh, I mean daughter 2x3. Oh, I'm sorry, clone. Oh, is that a surprise at this point? Because I thought it was. You could have done something good with that twist. But no, it was the, they're alive like I'm alive. You're right, honey. They're alive. Oh, the guy that just got eaten by the T-Rex, he was alive too. Oh, that couple that got crushed by a freaking Tyrannosaurus, they were alive too. Hey, guess what? They're alive. Human beings aren't, and now it's your fault. And we're supposed to sympathize with this kid. We're supposed to sympathize with the fact that we should let the dinosaurs live. Yeah, let's count how many bodies there are from all these dinosaurs. Look, I'm not going to get into the debate of what animals should or shouldn't live based on, death count that they cause or the, severity of their actions. But far be it from me to be the guy to literally say, hey, you know what? Maybe, just maybe we should let them die. I'm not saying we go there and kill them. I'm just saying let the volcano sort it out. Because this is giant plesiosaur type thing that's bigger than about all of our battleships combined and can literally swallow an entire group of surfers whole. Yeah, that's a good thing to let live. Oh, that wasn't even in the list of things, contained. And just, my God, the people are idiots! Which I can say about number 4 as well. Number 4, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. His greatest crime was not being in the movie. Oh, I'm sorry, has that joke also been done to death? Because seriously, this is what happens when a writer doesn't know how to write a screenplay. Writing a book is different from writing a screenplay. And a book, having minutia detail or some little extravagance, sucks us into the world because we can't visually see it. We have to use our imagination. And J.K. Rowling, while I have issue with some of her stuff, still is a very, articulate writer. She's good at her job, and she's good at writing those young novels, the Harry Potter ones. Even the Fantastic Beasts one, which was the spin-off that this first movie was created off of, was actually pretty well written, at least from the excerpts I managed to read. This one, however, is directly written by her, not by a previous source. And it shows. Look, novellists can write a novel. A screenwriter can write a good screenplay for a movie or a play. A novellist cannot do one for the other. There are exceptions to the rule, to be sure, but you can tell that this was somebody who, wrote the novel and refused to let anything drop. Every scene is so freaking pointless and dragged out. The entire plot of this movie is Grindelwald escapes, Grindelwald gets recruits, Grindelwald escapes with recruits, and gets Dumbledore's brother, who's now the weird, just... Why? I'm not saying, I've read better fanfics, because I haven't. But you know what? When the kid who writes Axe Cop is making more coherent plots than you, and I'm assuming from basic fanfiction out there that somebody has a talent that can actually write this stuff, and if you really wanted a freaking Dumbledore X Grindelwald, I'm sure there's something out there. Don't send me any links, please. I am not going to read them. But the fact of the matter still stands. This is bad fanfic writing 101. Complete with all main characters being pointless. Or just, rewriting their character, like the psychic chick. She's too powerful to let live on the good guy side, and we can't kill her off. We already killed the other one off. Let's go make her become a bad guy. Let her join Magic Hitler. Because, he doesn't want to kill all the humans, or the normies, or the non-Maj. He just wants to contain them, to shrink them down so they can't cause any harm. He wants to be the overseer. And I've read some people literally state that he's actually, misunderstood and he's well-intended. No, the guy's just hungry for power and is willing to do whatever he wants. He lost any sympathy the moment he walked into our nursery and caps a freaking 2-year-old. Or 1-year-old, whatever the hell that kid was. Fact is, it's just terrible to watch. And I know it's supposed to be the darker version of Harry Potter, the more adult, but more adult actually has substance, good characters, actual well-developed writing. I've seen freaking shows that have that where it's basically the children's plot of their, setup, but you can take it in a more adult tone. For example, look at Kamen Rider W. Yes, Kamen Rider is basically built for kids in Japan, even though Kamen Rider is more for the teenage demographic, but it at least has strongly written characters, good development, good stories that actually go into mature themes, and actually has good morals at the end to roll along with it. And at no point is it boring or drags out. Some of the stuff you might say is a bit cliche, but at least it gets from point A to B and doesn't drag the entire thing out. Much like my review of this one, it stretches for the littlest thing you can see, and insults your intelligence every step of the way, and insults the characters for what they represent. Listen, if you are a huge Harry Potter fan, and you love all these movies, and you love this one, fine, more power to you. But please tell me what is good about this thing, and saying you like it does not make it good. Once again, objective. What about it is good? The acting? No. The script? Hell no. The pacing? What pacing? Now, some of you might be asking, why is that number 4 when it seems like everything went wrong? Well, worst case scenario, that's bad Harry Potter fan fiction or bad screenwriting 101. At the very least, it's not exactly trying to be bad propaganda, horribly written schlock, or what number 1 is. So, the next 3 legitimately make me more upset for what they represent. And number 3 is, now holds the record as my most downvoted video in history. And I loved every second reading those comments because it's exactly what I expect would happen. Number 3, Death of a Nation, or Denis DeSalza's Death of a Nation. Basically a play on Birth of a Nation, where he spends the first 20-some minutes basically telling how Trump rose to power and everything, which, I'll be honest, like I said in the video, he does a decent job of showing how it happened. Well, in the sense of, everyone played it up, and basically once you keep calling a guy Hitler over and over again, it starts to lose the name flair. It's like if you keep insulting somebody with the same insult over and over, they're going to get numb to it, and really everyone's just going to be like, yeah, here we go again. But Denis DeSalza's biggest problem with that isn't the politics he's trying to spew. And far be it for me to say whether or not I agree or disagree with some of this stuff, because I do. But it's called proper deductive reasoning, wherein he can't do it. Listen, whether or not you agree with the guy, he commits so many fallacies. Doublethink, true Scotsman fallacy, no ifs, ands, redirection, completely unsubsequentiated claims, or basically trying to infer without actual proper causation. All of this stuff is basic deductive reasoning, or basic deductive argument. And he fails at it. He's as bad as Michael Moore in some regards, though I would say Michael Moore is a bit more obvious with his, biases within his deductive reasoning, so at least he doesn't try to placate it up as much as Dinesh does. Or even the leading questions he does. So you're saying that if Hitler and the Democrats were on the same side, we could have joined the Nazis? Well, based on what you just said, my only answer is yes, unless I ignore everything you just said. That's called inferation. That's basically leading the question. It's not even leading, it's basically trying to make them, confirm what you have. Confirmation biases. And it's why I can't stand this stuff in movies. It takes the fun out of it. It takes the fun out of reviewing it, if you believe it or not. I didn't enjoy reading, okay, I kind of did enjoy reading those comments where someone says, "Don't you know, in Germany, it was the black shirts, not the brown shirts. You clearly are uninformed." Right. Brown shirts were from Italy, like I stated, which Dinesh D'Souza stated, which led into his rant about how all liberals are Nazis. So I'm sorry if you didn't read this proper script, watch the movie, or fully listen to my review and do some fact-checking. You're the audience that went to go see that movie for one of two reasons. One, because you love it and you want confirmation bias, or two, so you could rant and rave. Congrats, you've confirmed my point. Please move on to number 2. I'm not going to rant and rave about this one, though, because I already did enough of that for the review, and it's so recent, and literally seeing it a second time made my head hurt even more. And no, alcohol didn't help. Drink responsibly, kids. Make sure you're 21 first. But literally, it was bad. Holmes and Watson are just homies, or whatever the hell you want to call it from the marquee, because I saw 3 different titles. Just end it already. My God, there's bad comedy, and then there's horrible comedy that makes me want to throw up the mere mention of it. And not the fact that I had to reshoot this thing twice due to, once again, police and crying infant. But seriously, this movie's so bad, guys. Not one smile, not one crack of joy, nothing. Just me slowly wishing for the sweet release of death. I haven't felt that bad in a movie in a long time. Even Tyler Perry, I at least had some emotion called anger. Anger at the movie I was watching and all the representation it was. But at least, I will admit, I got a chuckle out of a Tyler Perry movie because I was so numb at that point, I would laugh at anything. In this film, not a single laugh, not a single chuckle, not a single smile was given throughout this entire thing. And when you are a comedy, you have one job: make people laugh. And when you fail at that, you fail hard. I will say anything about Game Night, but at the very least, I chuckled for maybe half a second, or at least they were trying something new and different. This film is basically, hey, what if Step Brothers was in the same universe as Sherlock Holmes? I would flip you the bird if I could, but I want to stay on YouTube, so I won't. Sherlock Holmes and Watson, go rot! And hopefully the new Robert Downey Jr. movie will make up for everything. Please, please, good Sherlock Holmes film, please. And finally, number 1. If it wasn't apparent from my rant and rave during the review, number 1, Darkest Mind. Look, it's not actively as bad as the ones I have mentioned. In fact, I was going this on a pure objectives case by actually merits and now on a true grading scale. This thing will come in at like number 6 or 7. Why is it number 1, you might ask? Well, same reason why Emoji Movie was number 1. It's for kids. Kids' films are the most susceptible. Like when I went to go see Mary Poppins and seeing the kids react to that and how they reacted with their family. They're influential. It's very tough to see something like this and not get mad. It teaches kids horrible lessons. And I could forgive the horrible lesson if anything of merit was good in it. There's not a good character in it. The best you get is Blandy McBland boyfriend, Blandy McMuty Asian chick with, electric powers, but apparently rubber gloves stop that, but apparently skin's all available. She's not wearing like full freaking cloth. Oh, which by the way, if she was wearing anything of actual linen or anything of wool, she would create a static charge at the point that when somebody touched her, congrats, enough static electricity would kill them. But that's besides the point. And also Wannabe Billy from Power Rangers, which, watching him a second time, the stick kind of goes a bit lull. He was a bright light in the sea of darkness that was that movie. But seriously, between the rapey guard, the really rapey main villain, yeah, pedophilia, because that's what you need in a freaking YA film, the over-sexualization of the freaking girl for what little time we had with her, and just everything that happened was just... There's no one to root for. There's no good guys. And by the end of it, you don't know whose side you should be on, which you could say, oh, that's the point. No. Hunger Games could at least get away with that because it was dueling sides of a class system that we were preset to parent to. And at the very least, our characters were trying to fight both sides and try to find the middle ground for peace. This film is basically schlock for schlock's sake, and you continue with this wonderful trend of just basically giving you the middle finger to anything that actually seems coherent. Plot makes no sense. Script makes no sense. Shot pretty bad, I'm going to be honest here. The powers make no sense. The way the world works makes no sense. Everything makes no sense except for apparently pedophilia. Once again, in a kid's film. So no, I will not give this thing any slack because it's a kid's film. In fact, I'm going to grade it on a much harder scale. When you have good films out there, Return of Mary Poppins, Wreck-It Ralph 2, just from this year alone, any of the Marvel films, Spider-Man Into the freaking Spider-Verse. When you see how good that stuff is compared to this schlock and crap that I've seen, you cannot forgive the pure, appalling, adulterated horribleness that is The Darkest Mind. I hope it rots. I hope it never gets a sequel. I hope it fades into the ether and it's never mentioned again. In fact, after this one, I will continue to rant and rave about Ghostbusters. I will continue to rant and rave about Star Wars. And to a little bit Captain Marvel until that movie comes out. And please be good. And don't be preachy and political like number 3. But at the very least, I am not going to bring up Darkest Minds ever again. I am going to let it fade into the ether, because this is one of those things that deserves to be forgotten, deserves to rot in the recess of time, and at the mere mention or any sight of any of these DVDs, please, purchase them and burn them. Yeah, so, I guess I still have some rage left in me. Anyway, guys, 2018 has come and gone, and, well, so far, it's off to a decent start with Escape Room that I've reviewed, and I will be reviewing both Broly, which I've already seen, the script is being worked on, and I will be reviewing Glass, which I am seeing this week, along with The Kid Who Would Be King. So, look forward to that stuff. I will finish my Kingdom Hearts retrospective. I got number 2 right here waiting for you guys. So, until next time, I'm Kevin Riley signing off, and I'll see you all next time. Later.